Hey everyone, Fred Guy here, welcome to another video. And today, of course, you can see the title of the video, we are going to look at an absolute classic and a gem in the fragrance community. Everyone seems to really enjoy this one. There isn't many reviews that are bad for this. And this one is from the Boucheron house, and it is Jaipur homme, and this is the eau de toilette. There is an eau de parfum, but we're going for the eau de toilette. I've never tried the eau de parfum as yet, but this is my second or third bottle of Jaipur homme. So without further ado, I'm going to give you a closer look and an explanation of the bottle. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look around the bottle. So this is what Jaipur homme eau de toilette looks like. The eau de parfum has like a frosted bottle. Inspired by India. Jaipur, I believe, was a place. Is a place in India. Now, Boucheron is mainly a jewellery company, hence what this is. This shape here, it is plastic on here, but of the lid, this is shaped after some of their jewellery. Some of their rings have exactly this style jewellery on them, so you can get a ring with this on, and that's what that cap resembles. As you can see there, gold sprayer. The bottle is sort of shaped, excuse me, like an Indian building or palace, if you will. That's what reminds me of anyway. I do believe that's what it's designed after. So, beautiful looking bottle. Definitely something that you would say fits what you would look at and say, oh, that's got to be perfume. These kind of bottles I really do like. It's got Jaipur homme, eau de toilette, Boucheron, so you can't mistake it for anything else. Bit of information on the bottom, both in the glass and there's a sticker there, and nothing on the back. So really good presentation. I do enjoy this presentation, and the original Boucheron pour homme. They both feature sort of an Indian building style with this sort of gem or jewel cap. Very nice, and a nice piece to sit on your shelf. Okay, so you've had a close look at the bottle. I hope you agree that it's a good looking bottle and it sits nice on the shelf and looks pretty on its own. So Jaipur homme, I'm reading off a bit of paper here, so bear with me. Jaipur homme was released in 1998, so it's actually, you know, it's not super classic by any means. Late 90s, wasn't that long ago. Classed as a oriental amber spicy. I'll go with that. So run through the notes. This is going to Fragrantica, so take that as you will. Top notes are cardamom, lime, lemon and bergamot. Mid are cinnamon, carnation, jasmine and rose. And base is benzoin, tonka bean, patchouli and cedar. So there's no mention of vanilla, yet there's in this you get a sort of dominant vanilla, but it's probably coming from the mix of benzoin and tonka bean. So I've now, like I said, I've had a fair few bottles of these. The first one I actually had, and most people won't know this because I'm a small channel, but anybody who sort of watches me will probably watch or have watched Greggy Boy 76. Now Greggy Boy 76, his review on this was on a 50ml, and no one would know this because, well, you just don't tell anybody where you have stuff from, do you? But the bottle in that video, if you look on Greggy Boy 76 channel, the 50ml bottle that he's reviewing, he later on wanted to sell, and I purchased it. So my first bottle of Jaipur homme was from Greggy Boy 76, and in that actual bottle from the video of his review of this fragrance. I soon polished that off, bought another 100ml, soon polished that off over the years, and then I've had this one maybe 2 years. Of course my fragrance journey and collection has grown, so I haven't used it as much as I used to, but You know, even you've got lots of other fragrances. You know, you've got to wear them all, haven't you? Let's be honest. And the more you've got, the less time the other fragrances have to be worn. So what I get out of this, when you first spray it, yeah, there's an overwash of like a citrusy feel with a sort of barbershop-y style fragrance. So looking at the notes, I don't get much lime, but the sort of lemon, bergamot, a little bit when you first spray it. There's a freshness there. I would say more the bergamot with a hint of lemon, but it's sort of backed up with what I would say is a vanilla, a cinnamon, and a bit of cedar. That's pretty much what I get from the fragrance, from pretty much top to bottom. Once you've sprayed this and those top notes, citruses go away. It is quite linear on the skin from there on. You get from there on for the rest of its life. And so what I get is put it bluntly, is a slightly spicy, slightly powdery vanilla, is how I'd put it. It comes across a little bit barbershoppy, but it's not an overly in-your-face sort of barbershop. Most barbershops don't have a sort of dominant vanilla. They can have a powderiness, a bit of spice, but they don't generally have a bit of vanilla. This one is forward in vanilla, or what's making it vanilla, I believe, again, is a mix of a slightly sweet tonka bean with the benzoin. Benzoin does have a slight vanilla-like tone to it, so benzoin / vanilla, bit of tonka bean, and it has a little bit of sweetness in here. So overall, slightly spicy, slightly sweet, slightly powdery vanilla is what you get. Now, it isn't sort of dominant in the vanilla. The vanilla and the spices are sort of level. The powderiness is down from that a little bit. It's not overly powdery, but you do get a powdery vibe. Hence why I would say this is, if you're looking sort of like a spicy barbershop scent, but with a touch of vanilla, this is where you go. I mean, like I said, most people don't look for vanilla when they go for barbershops, but this has got that sort of feel. It's definitely oriental. It's definitely got those obviously like the spices and that sort of rich, expensive, rich feel that most Orientals go for. Definitely has it in here, and this actually smells more expensive than it actually is. I think at the moment you can get this 100ml for roughly £26–27, something around there, and then the eau de parfum is around 35. So absolute bargain for what you're getting. The performance is excellent. I wouldn't say it was like beast mode, but it's certainly, you put say 4 or 5 sprays of this on. I usually put a couple on each neck and then a few on the chest. It's generally what I do. If I'm going out and I don't necessarily want other people to smell it, but if I want it to project a little more, I'll put a spray or 2 at the back of the head. But if I'm not going out and I'm just enjoying it for myself, I don't spray on the back of the head. I wouldn't say you can go heavy on the sprays, but you don't have to be light either. You know, it's one of those that you got to be careful how many sprays you put on. You put more than say 4 or 5 on, and you are going to choke other people out, and you probably yourself as well. But you can go as heavy as say 4 or 5 sprays, and it isn't going to be too offensive. So when would I wear this? Anytime really. It's got a slightly more mature vibe, as in slightly updressed, not as casual like as this pretty Star Wars t-shirt. I would say it suits something maybe semi-formal or formal, casual formal, if you know what I mean. Just dressed up a little bit, even if it's just casual. It's got that kind of vibe to it. I have worn this to formal like events or situations, and it's gone down perfectly fine. I'm someone, I don't really care. I wear what I like or what I fancy on the day. It doesn't matter what I'm doing or where I am. You know, certain circumstances I will think about it, but for the most of the time I just wear what I fancy on the day. I would say autumn is good for this. Autumn and winter, it's certainly got the performance to go through winter as well. But as a recommendation, this suits autumn really well. It's just got that kind of vibe with the vanilla and the spices and the slight powderiness. It really goes well in the slightly cooler, not overly cold, but just slightly cooler weather. I think this goes really well. Like I said, the performance on this is actually very good. For an eau de toilette, it lasts all day long, and it projects really well for many hours. So it's why I've never really purchased the eau de parfum. I will do at some point, but there's no real need to, because this one pushes off the skin really well, and its performance is really good. It lasts me all day long, certainly 8 or 9 hour working day, no problem. So do I need any more than that? Maybe the eau de parfum will last a little longer, but I doubt it will be as screamy off the skin. So for the extra money, well, for less money, I'd just happy sticking with the eau de toilette. But as a curiosity, as a fragrance reviewer, as a fragrance enthusiast, I will purchase the eau de parfum just for my own reference of what it's like, and how it compares, and I would still use it. Of course, if it's anything like this, smells anything like this, I will use it. So who would wear this? I would say you got to be a little bit more mature. You got to be sort of, I would say 30 years up and upwards. So 30 years old and upwards. I can't see the youth of today, at least, like in this one. There are some exceptions, like Fragrance Matt, for example. He loves old school fragrances. All the best to you. If you're anything like Fragrance Matt, and you like the older style fragrances, and you're sort of below 30, and you've not tried this, it's definitely a good buy for under £30. And I would say this is directly a masculine scent. Women, you can wear what you want when you want, just like men can. And so we don't discriminate on this channel, but the vibe of this does come across masculine, especially as it dries down, a little bit of that cedar starts poking through, so you get like a manly wood coming through the vanilla and the spices, because it's got these spices, a little bit woody, with that sweet vanilla, but those spices and the woody side to this, it definitely pushes sort of masculine. And even the powdery side to this isn't overly powdery, but even that powdery side comes across more like a barbershop fragrance, so again more on the masculine side. So for me, this is like 100% masculine. I wouldn't say this was in any way feminine or effeminate, but if you're a lady and you smell this and you love it, go right ahead. But there is a ladies version of this, and the bottle is gorgeous as well, just as nice as this one. So overall, I really do enjoy this one. This one, a good 10 out of 10 for me, easily. The same with the original, just Boucheron Jaipur, completely different scent, very citrus, gentleman style scent, completely different, nothing to do with this one, but that's a 10 out of 10 as well. These two old school fragrances from Boucheron are superb, and you can get them, as I said, for under £30 for the eau de toilettes of each one has an eau de parfum. So, you know, quality, smell, price wise, everything considered, 10 out of 10. So that's from my review of Jaipur homme eau de toilette. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this one. I believe it's Danielson, this one. I think it's the eau de parfum that he really enjoys, and it's his sort of favourite fragrance ever. So anybody like that, if you love this one or the eau de parfum, leave a comment below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. Thanks very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. As always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon on the next fragrance review.